Welcome to the Sudden Detours. Please keep your life vest with you at all times. Your luggage should be fastened as long as the brace position sign is on. In an emergency, you'll find your seatbelt under your chair. When there's no emergency, the seatbelt will cease to exist. As a direct result of the changing boundary conditions the observer imposed on the time-dependent Schrödinger equation and the resulting, of course, wave function. There is no oxygen mask, but a fire extinguisher will drop from the ceiling in case of an emergency. Ouch. The exit should only be used by elderly, disabled, pregnant children.
This safety demonstration was provided by Nils, our in-house illegal immigrant, but as we have no idea where to return him, we've decided to let him stay. Do you want to claim our unpaid director, presenter, producer, production assistant, and editor? Please write to us on this address.
Coming up, this is the address.
Sudden Detours headquarters, St. Louis Street, 11, Pondicherry 605001, India. And please enclose €50 and a letter telling us that you love us because we are making a new start of it.
Something like that.
Something like that. I had to improvise. You didn't show me the text anymore.
By the way, I'm not here legally.
And I'm Ted.
Sounds good. In any case, welcome back to the Sudden Detour Season 2. The reboot.
Yeah, we're making a fresh start. Is that what you say?
Fresh start. Yeah. A new attempt.
Should we explain what we're talking about? No. We'll do it over the season.
We'll do it over the next.
Who knows?
Who knows?
The next integer number of episodes.
Yes,
and or seasons.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah. This is how we work.
Anyway, the way we work involves those glasses.
Yep.
Apparently, at least today.
Yep.
And today they also involve this beer.
Yes. So, do you want to try to pronounce what it's called?
I can attempt.
Yeah.
So it's, according to my notes, it is brewed by a company called Glazen Toren. Yeah. Which the glass tower or something like this in so not in Dutch but it's Belgian, so in Flemish. Yeah. And it's called Saison Mère, which suddenly that's not Flemish anymore. That's French.
Yeah, and that means
I have no idea. Saison means season.
And Mère.
Thank you very much. And Mère would be mother.
Okay.
And Mère.
So it's some kind of mother.
It sounds like, I mean, it's a sound I've heard before. Can I explain what it really means?
What is your native language again?
Oh, let's not discuss that.
Okay.
But let's see.
So let's open it.
Let's open it.
So this is really weird because when I found it is wrapped in paper and it specifies that you should not
remove the paper.
Yeah. So it's kind of unwrapping.
Yeah.
Kind of ta-da.
And it is in fact not corked.
And also very uncooperative.
Did I give you a bad...
I think it's the shape of that bottle.
A combination of the bottle opener being bad and the bottle being quite stuck.
Yeah, and the operator being inept. I'm persistent to take all blame in most situations. Hey, here we go.
Here it's out.
So
that did not pop very much.
That didn't pop very much due to... I mean, if you look at the cork, you can see that I'm more or less... it's probably difficult to see. I know it that I open it in a weird way, but I've kind of like more than 50% of the circumference is undented.
Yeah.
I'm going to pour now.
You should pour on the beer camera.
Oh Jesus! This is my glass.
Yes. We're gonna have to work on the angle because you're pouring away from the camera. I mean, your hand is in the way.
Work on most stuff.
Your hand is in the way.
Okay, This is if this goes wrong, I'm going to hate you. Dear Christ on a bike. Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there was a way for you to if you hold the bottle with the left hand instead. No. Hold the bottle with the other hand and the glass with the right hand. Left, right. No, put your arms the right direction. Yes.
Like so.
Yeah.
But then
Nah, we're gonna have to work on that.
we need to practice drinking beer.
I'm up for the task.
Yeah, this should be easy.
All right. Skål.
Skål.
So you went straight to ignoring the fact that you have a nose because you don't really. Sounds good.
I was thirsty. Okay.
Sounds good. And first, I'm looking at the robe, as they say in French. What color we have, and it's
the dress.
It looks very
Yellow.
on the bright yellow, like something like this. That could be a lemonade kind of thing.
It somehow reminds me of a yellow apple.
Yeah.
Like the skin.
Yeah, I've seen apple juice that were like more in this kind of tone. It's very. It doesn't. Yeah, the camera actually shows it a bit more to a beery color, but it's really quite.
We need to work on that as well.
Yeah.
We should make a list of stuff we don't need to work on.
Stuff we need to work on, but won't.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's more on brand.
I mean,
my first thought is, what the hell is a Saison?
I was going to say it's definitely beer, because I tend to say that when you do this.
Yeah. But I got the feeling Saison is somehow defined as like something.
I mean, you give the impression both to whoever watches this and me that I'm supposed to have prepared an answer to that question, and I have no idea.
Because I know what a stout is. I know what a blonde is.
I think it's. I want to say sour, but it's not a sour ale. But I think it is like bordering to the sour ales.
Maybe.
No, the burp didn't come.
No. For new viewers, whoa! I did not get to finish my sentence before it happened.
Yeah, it's both of us are supposed to burp. It's not just my lack of manners.
No, it
helps, but
part of the grading system.
Yes, in fact, we have a grading system. Do you think it smells much?
I mean,
it has a pleasant, difficult to define smell of beer. I said I defined it, ish. You should trim your nasal hairs.
Yeah, I probably should. and there's a trick, you should like leave your mouth a bit open. I'm not sure it works, maybe. I mean, I've got, hay fever, like seasonal allergies, and you have...
I have accidentally gassed myself with ammonia once. Once upon a time. It was the wonderful year of 2011.
I think the smell is just not quite... Like,
I mean, it's
insane enough that I can smell it.
Yeah, yeah. That's where we're at. It has to be slightly insane for us to smell it.
Smell,
yes.
Not enough.
Yeah, true. Smell, probably.
I mean, there's a floral and a bit of a bitterness.
You were going to say floral.
You get a bit of the hops out of this. Not bad.
Not bad. Short and to the point. For some reason, I now need to resist the urge. Whenever I try to breathe while I'm drinking it, for some reason I need to stop the urge to gargle.
Don't gargle beer.
No, I'm too used to being a fool. Okay, so the taste at least is, I'd say, slightly acidic, slightly floral, berry.
I mean, at the same time, it's very much a Belgian beer. Like, it has this kind of the malty undertone that you get in a Belgian blonde. That's really quite there.
It's like a very aggressive Belgian blonde.
Yeah.
Like, its presence is very much there, while also being, slightly more acidic.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit of hops over the Belgian blondes base.
Yeah. There's definitely other stuff going on, but I just think that it's kind of base is kind of it's a Belgian blonde with some extra oomph, and then you add the slight acidity, the hoppiness. There's a floral taste to it as well.
But what flower? What flower? I don't know.
I was actually expecting you to say like, obviously, I don't know. Is there any flowers you would say is sometimes or often present in beer? Or wine? Or like really anything which is made with that flower specifically, because that's cheating?
Yeah. I have a very big memory. I was visiting a friend whose father owns a vineyard in the Toren area, so Western France.
Okay.
And one of the wines we tried there, it was really insanely floral, and for me it tasted like this mimosa in French. That's helpful. Like
I thought that was a cocktail.
big bushes of the mimosa or something.
Yeah.
Mimosa is a flower. It's like big bushes, and like the flowers are just like about this size and very bright yellow, like fluffy bright white yellow balls. Yeah. And like that immediately inspired that to me, and then both all my friends and the owner was like, "No, you're supposed to say violets."
Yeah, because violets is sometimes present in things you drink or eat.
Yeah, and once they said violet, I was like, okay, I see what you mean. But I'm still quite like that other flower was really very much what I had, and so like that's probably the moment in my life where I was drinking wine that I got the flower in, and I could identify what flower. It wasn't a flower.
And everyone went no.
Yeah, and everybody agreed to another flower. That's another problem. Like, it wasn't just, this is a flowery wine or a flowery drink. It's that flower. Like, there was a specificity to it.
This is a slight detour.
Yes.
Obvious. But
Oh no.
I hate those situations where everyone's like, and then, or what do you taste, or what do you see, and everyone's like, everyone else but you agree that, this is the thing you're after, and then you go, that over there.
Yeah. I mean, when there's like a right answer.
Yes. Also, we need to clear something up. This is another detour. It's one of those, or two of those, or if you do it one-handed, it's four of those, or two of those. You don't have a shitload of apostrophes.
Yeah, it's like when I'm quoting a quotation. Stop. And I'm really not sure.
Also, if you should do it in proper Norwegian, it should be like this. They're not online. And what you should do...
And in French.
Yeah, because you use those. Yeah. And you
But then that's very vulgar in England.
And under no circumstances should you do what a former colleague of mine used to do, which is three fingers, which is like slightly gropey. Yeah. Also, she didn't raise her hands. This guy, so it's just going instead of, Yeah. Okay. Detour averted.
Thank you. Averted. Was it? Was it really?
Actually, the entire lecture is longer. I have been giving that lecture to several colleagues.
No, but I like it. Like it's but it feels like a twist on something.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's something itself. It feels like a twist on something.
When we've done this before, mostly unbroadcasted, we have sometimes, I believe we sometimes have talked about some beers are for simply drinking. Like it's a consumption thing. Like I can drink
Like
six
order
pack
it
of
at the
this.
bar.
Yeah.
No,
More like I can just drink quantities of this during the
Yeah.
summer and like have a six pack of this, go to the beach, and then be happy.
Yeah.
Wet feet, cold beer, and this is the thing. This is more like the thing I think we've sort of labeled as party beers. It's like if you go to a party and you don't feel like you want to drink wine, because we do this in Norway, where like bring your own alcohol is kind of
The norm.
the deal, the thing, whatever. My point being that I think you could bring this So it's kind of a party beer. You can bring it and you can drink it, and it would be interesting. You have something to talk to other people about. You can share a bottle. I mean, you bring a bottle or bring several bottles, but it's not like these are mine. We're not golems. We're just
there's a bit of a
we're just under the yoke of Vinmonopolet. And also very interesting alcohol taxes. It's very askew.
What is very askew?
The post.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Most light posts in this town are quite askew.
I mean, I provide the detours here.
No, but yeah. So there's different kinds of beer. There's like the drinkable, the bring to a party is interesting, and then there's the contemplative.
It's a social beer.
It's
not like you could enjoy it alone perfectly well, but it's kind of it requires some time. It needs some contemplation. It needs it's good for what we're doing now, talking about it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's all the way to contemplative. Like we had this aged, weird, fancy Guinness.
Oh yeah. That was,
and that one was like we had to stop.
Okay, that was almost too much.
Like we had to stop and think about it, and
I had to stop to make sure.
Nothing else was coming up.
I mean, it's not that it's in any way disgusting, but it might be slightly too much. It would be carbon dioxide. I'm not sure.
Oh no, the environment.
Oh no. Oh no, I need to save my burps. Nah.
No.
You want more?
Yeah, if there's more. We can't know. We're not allowed to remove the paper, apparently.
Yeah, it says so. It says under the peril of death. No, it doesn't.
No.
What does it say? It says this is the annoying thing with like most Belgian product. It's that everything is in 4 languages. This is actually confusing because it's in it's Flemish, French, English, and Italian.
Well, I guess it's...
Dear viewers, this bottle is racist towards the German population of Belgium.
The German population of Belgium?
Yeah. Like the Belgian anthem has 3 verses, which is more or less the same, and it's in all the official languages, which is Flemish and French and German.
Oh.
Yeah, German is an official...
yeah, there's a small region there.
Yeah, there's a very small... Like, it's very close to Germany. It's like incy teeny weeny part of this is Wallonia, which is the French part of Belgium.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like part of that.
Close to Luxembourg.
Yeah, bordering Luxembourg.
Best before 2 years after bottling date. Okay. I guess it doesn't have an expiration date. It just tells you to drink it within 2 years.
And we have succeeded.
Yes, we're within 10 months.
We did something right.
So how? So what was this thing about the paper?
Oh yeah, it said that we shouldn't remove it while serving.
Keep cool, vertical and dark. Do not remove wrap when serving. And the reason is the bottle has nothing on it.
That's disappointing.
Well, no, that's actually kind of the whole point. The idea with those is that you're not supposed to trash them in the glass recycling. You're supposed to bring them back and then they would be refilled, rewrapped with whatever other beer would be put in, and then reused.
Is that a widespread concept?
Yeah. It's quite common in Belgium. It's not so common anymore in France, but it used to be. I remember bringing back bottles.
Okay, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it before.
Okay. But it's quite common. Brown bottles can just be reused with another product and wrapped. So there's no stickers, there's no...
So that's the sole...
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It works. So what do we learn else from this?
This is the part where Niels nerds about the information given to us on the bottle.
Yes.
When this part on the slightly wet sheet of paper.
Yes. It's practical, easier to read. Don't need to turn it around. So we have the name of the beer. Thank you very much. Original Belgian Saison beer. Provise beer. Bière de provision. That actually kind of helps. Like,
it's from some kind of...
No, the provision would mean that it's not bière de garde.
Thank you, that cleared it up.
The bière de garde is a beer that you kind of need to keep before drinking. Like, it's not like you can't enjoy immediately. But bière de provision would be probably a beer that keeps well.
Okay.
Which actually totally makes sense because it's kind of a blonde beer. My computer nearly shut down. It's kind of a Belgian blonde with hops.
Yep.
And hops, of course, are a way to conserve beer.
I didn't know that.
I mean, that's the reason why I don't quite know how wrong the story is, but I know it's wrong. But the idea that the IPAs, Indian Pale Ales, they're very hoppy.
Yeah.
Because you would like brew them in England, put a shitload of hops,
yeah,
and then they would
ship
them to India, and they would still be drinkable there. Turns out that's actually not really the story, and I forgot what's the actual story, but that's one of the like legends around that.
Remember that you should never ruin a good story by telling the truth.
Yeah, no, well, I'm not going to tell the truth because I fucking don't remember.
What is the truth?
What is the truth? Yeah. So we learned something. The Saison is bière de provision, so it's a beer that's a bit hoppy to be able to be kept longer.
I mean,
that's the current working theory.
Yeah, but the moment you say, it's a bière de provision, it's not a bière de garde, it's like, why am I working with you?
Well, because otherwise, how would you get those insights?
I mean, you're my best friend. that helps. It's just those moments where kind of, that didn't help. I specifically asked for help and that didn't do it.
Okay, then we have a different storyline. So there's the name there, and then where it is. And then
we're going to look like Trumpists. So like, I have paper with things on it.
Things written on it. They stole the election. Anyhow, so on the left side of the sheet of paper, so it's not around because now it's unwrapped.
We're tearing it more apart.
I don't think I am.
No, okay.
I think it already was.
Be careful.
The wetness of the bottle kind of like
it
moistened the paper.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the story block there. Not the sponsor.
No, we aren't sponsored by anyone. If you want to sponsor us, send money to the previously mentioned. Oh yeah, we're not sponsored by Shin.
We're not sponsored by Shin.
We just love them.
I fucking hope we would.
I paid for this shirt. It was your birthday present.
That's my birthday present that you obtained by sending the email and say, "Hey, do you guys have
any kind of merch?"
Any kind of merch.
And the reply I got was, "Yeah, we have some T-shirts. They're in one size."
Mine.
Yeah.
Turns out.
I mean, it was a shitload of stamps on that one.
Yeah, so back.
Sorry, you were trying to read the information.
I was trying to read the story block, not the sponsor.
Hashtag.
Either way, sponsor, I will tell you what story block is, but it's not, so I won't. You can just listen to like most other podcasts and they will tell you.
Yeah.
So
we are not like most other podcasts.
No.
We don't release.
Yet. We don't release them. Saison d'Herpemais is a blonde beer of high fermentation, which explain why it's 6.5%.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what they mean by high fermentation.
Yes. I think
that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's what it means. Brewed according to the old Saison tradition of Hainaut. Hainaut is, I'm guessing, the city/village it's from.
What was the name of it?
Hainaut.
No. Okay, so it's not related to the name.
No.
Of the beer. Fermentation.
Bruit des glaces d'Oren. Herpemais is the city.
It's a secular tradition.
The secular tradition, yes.
What does that mean?
It's not a religious tradition.
Okay, so it doesn't mean like this is not a monastery ale.
Yeah, so it's not a monastery ale. It's not inspired by the Trappist.
Yeah.
And Saison d'Herpemais. Herpemais is actually the village they're from. So the Glazen Toren is the brewery, Herpemais is the village, and Saison d'Herpemais, so it's the Saison from Herpemais, which is the village.
I mean, we wanted to make a podcast, and then we never released them, and now we are streaming. And what we think we're doing is talking to each other about beer, but what we really are doing is trying to unfold the information given to us on a bottle. Yeah. What is the name of this?
What is yeah? I mean, like the what's given to the bottle, what the liquid like brings us and like helps us decipher things. Water, yeah. And the beer is not filtered and is pure natural. And is pure natural. Is that a fucking sentence?
It says so in at least 2 languages, I understand.
C'est une bière non filtrée et purement naturelle. Purely natural? Like is pure natural? That sounds odd to me.
I wanted to break into a rant about how people saying, "Oh, it's only natural." Like, yeah, crocodiles are natural. Venomous snakes.
Are they good for you?
Venomous snakes are natural.
Not good for you.
I'm more or less what I'm quoting Tim Minchin now, who says something. It's an Australian musician and comedian who says something like, "Other natural things are crocodiles and poison and poo." And he says like poo. I really love him. It's really weird. More like he has a crazy appearance. Anyway, yeah, it's pure nature. No, it's purely natural,
not filtered. It's from the tradition of Eno,
which is why you can probably pick this up, but we'll leave something in the bottle.
Yeah, it's unfiltered, so there's some residues there.
Yeah,
and the beer is. I mean, I'm not sure if there's residue in my glass right now, but it's.
If you told me, if I only looked at it and told me this is unfiltered apple juice, I would believe you. So
like both color and like opacity.
And then you drink it, and it's definitely not apple juice. We're not trying to. We're not trying to fool you. If you want to buy apple juice with alcohol, buy cider, not this. I like it, but it's not apple juice.
Of the century, alcohol with apple cider. Also, extra tip: Calvados. But that's if you want booze with apple.
Yeah, what's the thing with Calvados? Isn't there like a tradition that you should? There's booze that you store. There's something I read once, which this is going to be weird. So I once read a series of books written about the Second World War, written by a Danish author who fought with the Germans. He didn't want to, but he did anyway. And he wrote something about Calvados being there's some kind of spirit. Which is it made of apples? It's made from apple.
Yeah, it's distilled apple.
It's distilled apple, and something about you. Like the tradition in it's Normandy, where it's it's like it's from Normandy, and he wrote something like the tradition was that you should save it for the. You should make it when your child is baptized, and then drink it when he's confirmed.
Okay,
what's the? That's what it's called. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's the second sacrament.
The second sacrament,
I think.
I know your family is like highly secular.
Yeah. That's a mild way to put it.
Yeah. But, I mean, I once had to identify as some kind of Christianity, in the sense that I was in a guided tour in a castle in Austria, and they tried to explain something to me, and to know for the guy to know like where to start, he asked, "Are you Catholic or Protestant?" And it's the only it's the first time after like 20 that I've identified as Christian. And it's like from 16 to 20, not sure. Just, I mean, to be clear. But it's kind of like, what's your cultural reference? But yours are Catholics, right?
What?
Your father is in some kind of church. Like,
my father was baptized and confirmed and all the things, and then tried to get out of the church and could not find out where he was baptized, so he could not provide the proper documentation to be removed from the Catholic Church.
You know that you can unassign from the Norwegian Church by app?
Yeah.
Or actually
but it's only from the Norwegian National Church.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to figure out if somehow the Catholic Church signed me on because I'm French and they sign up everyone. Which, I mean, there's been like legal cases.
Yeah. There was a legal case where the Catholic Church of Norway went through the yellow pages looking for Polish names, or Eastern European, at least Polish names, and probably some other nations, and then just registered them.
Yeah.
So
I know I'm not part of the Norske Kirke, but
you're not part of Norske Kirke.
But they don't have a very good website to check if I'm part of the Norwegian Catholic Church.
No, that's true. I wanted to tell you that you would know, because actually I think you would know, because if you're registered, then every time there's a general election, there's also a church election. And then you would get in the mail like...
Well, except I don't get to vote for the general election.
No, but it has nothing to do with each other. They're just scheduled at the same time.
So
if you were registered in the Norwegian church, Church of
Any
Norway.
Norwegian church,
Yeah, then they would send
or any
you,
other church in Norway.
they don't have church elections.
Yeah, there's a thing. So I know I'm not part of the Norwegian church because I checked it online, and
I thought
I
you
want
meant
to
that
check
you-
the Catholic Church, and I can't check online.
I thought you were talking about Norwegian church.
No, it's very, very straightforward.
Yeah.
But the Catholic Church, I'm like kind of afraid they registered me somehow, and I've tried to figure it out, and it was too complicated.
Yeah,
and
you had to talk to a lawyer, and there was some shouting, and the police were involved.
sounds about sounds about right.
Did you know that I have re-registered for the Norwegian church?
Why?
Because I'm godparent for a child of a couple of friends of mine, and at the time I did it, we didn't know if you had to sign up or not, and I was asked
Have
if
you
I
re-registered?
No.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
I'll tell you the
Do
story.
it.
So the thing is that I got a message from a friend who asked me, would you like to be godfather of our kid?
Mm-hmm.
And at first I said, I'm not registered in the church, I don't believe in that, so no. And then I read my own message after I said, like, I'm a fucking asshole. So then I said, just ignore the last one, I'll do it. Do I have to re-register? And then we weren't sure. We thought that half, like, there were 4 godparents. We thought that half of them had to be registered within the Norwegian church.
Okay.
And we knew that one of us were, so I just registered because of. And this is the thing, I haven't
Re-registered.
that thing yet, because I want to do so during his confirmation. The plan, I'm not sure I'm going to go through with it, but currently the plan is that I'll be a member up until during, like, we celebrate his confirmation, and then I have no deal.
So you're gonna pay taxes to the Norwegian church for 15 years just for the fuck of
that's
it?
not how it works. The thing is that they pay the same amount however many members there are. The thing that happens is that when I'm a member, they calculate how much. Okay, so we should take this from the start. The Norwegian church isn't any longer a public. Like, it's not officially the Church of Norway, but in many practical senses there are some connections. So, like any kind of religion in Norway gets funding from the state if it has a certain number. It's either a certain number of members, or if it can prove that this is the local branch of worldwide religion, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Don't sue me, anyone out there. So the thing is that the amount of money, the sum that the Norwegian church get is the same however many members there are currently. But then they calculate how much support you get per member. And that's how they fund the other ones. So by being a member of the Church of Norway, I infinitesimally lower the support
funding
for
of other churches.
Yeah, which is not why I'm a member. My plan used to be that enough people should leave, and then suddenly there's like 3 members, and they all like grant millions each, and then they change the rules.
Yeah, okay.
So currently it has not. It has
Okay, so
actually
it's like-
we save infinitesimally small amount of cash by me being a member. Because it lowers the. On the other hand, it sort
That's
of
interesting.
slightly heightens the credibility of the church.
Yeah.
But that's a very. I mean, if you, I phoned my local office. I actually phoned around to find out what my local church office is, and then I phoned the local church office and talked to someone who clearly, when I said I have a question about membership, yeah, of course, I want to re-register.
Like,
Oh, I don't know. I think I talked to a very sweet old lady. I guess by the way she talked to me that she was old, and it seemed to be a new problem for her, and we did find out in the end. I know I am definitely not going to stay a member forever. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to stay a member until my godchild is confirmed, but it's the current joke. It's also very funny in conversations to suddenly go, as a member of the Norwegian church, my stand on this is
fuck you, Jesus.
yeah, it has nothing to do with what we're discussing most of the time. I've said it like twice. It's just very fun to actually be able to do that.
I like it.
Yeah, it's especially because no one expects it.
Yes. It's a bit like every time someone talks about Norwegian royalty, I'm like, where I'm from, we cut their heads.
Yeah,
I have nothing against Norwegian royalty.
I have.
But where I'm from, we cut
I
their
have.
heads.
Yeah. I mean, I have a thing about monarchy. Okay, should we end this detour?
Yeah, I completely forgot how we got there. I was reading this, I read this, I read this, I read this, I read this.
We
to
will
be
watch
served
it later and
between 6
then we'll
10
know what
degrees.
we were talking about.
Will we?
I will.
Will we watch it later? Will we know what we were talking about?
We have one fan, Alan. Tell us what we were talking about.
Thank you, Alan.
Send us an email.
Next time this will actually be live, so you will be able to tell us live what the fuck we're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
that was going to be scary.
Brilliant is the word. Brilliant. Anyway,
Yes.
they're members of the Belgian Brewers, which I guess is like the
So currently you're just reading the information without just
2020
stating that it's
handmade
there.
in Belgium. There's 2 barcode, which is going to be a problem when I register this on the Untapped app. It comes in 75 centiliter bottle, which is 1 pint and 9.4 fluid ounces.
I don't understand the concept of fluid ounces. I mean, an ounce is a measure of weight, and I know it's also a measure of volume, but why
And 1 fluid ounce is not the weight of one
1 ounce of water?
Yeah.
It's more like why there's so many noises to make. Like why would
Why
you say
ounce? It would be one of them.
Yeah. No.
Oh, it would be
Simply-
the same thing for two.
Yeah, it's kind of a meter of. I mean, a meter is a unit of distance, and I have read actually that was horrible. I have read the rule set for. What are you doing?
I'm trying to put that back on the
Okay.
bottle so you can go back to the
Yeah.
the beer can when we do the score.
This looks so sad.
This looks kind of
I
sad.
mean,
They're not gonna get an
we're in your
insane amount of points.
we're
for
in
the-
your very lovely home, but it looks like we're two students.
Sorry,
Who are you apologizing to? This is your home.
myself,
Okay,
my house, or something.
your wife to be, who's not going to watch this either.
No.
Has she? No. She's listened to some live recordings.
Yeah, she's in some live recording. Decided we were disgusting with our burps and that.
She never told me that. That we
Well,
were
now you
discussing-
know.
My mother told me when she listened to like a pilot, like, do you have to burp?
Yes,
Yes.
that's part of the.
That's part of it.
somehow, yes.
My sister also thought it was a bit much. Did Isle say anything?
No, it just pressed like. I think.
Oh,
Thank you,
he
Alan.
didn't write anything.
We appreciate your
And we
like.
love you. We're 2% and we have 1 fan.
All right, let's try to get some grades on this beer.
Oh yeah,
With the beer scoring chart that needs revising.
yeah. It badly needs revising.
All right.
It's infinitesimally better than the thing we did in the very first pilot.
But
It sounds like I just learned the word infinitesimally. It's difficult to pronounce.
all right.
Oh,
now
yeah,
we have the score. Perfect. Okay. So
The categories are
category number 1: smell. I mean, it has a smell.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I would say, based on the descriptions we have in front of us,
it's not unpleasant or anything. For
no,
sure.
I would say it's bland.
Bland. Yeah.
And that's simply because I'm not 100% sure anymore what bland means.
And bland would be like
Something
this
which...
kind of smells like nothing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. Okay, then I was right. And then I'd say... I mean, it definitely smells something, but it's not unpleasant, it's not strong, it's not...
5 would be a decent smell, but nothing significant one way or another.
Actually true.
That's probably closer to that. Like it smelled okay. There was like some hoppiness to it, and it's
Some
the spring /
plurality.
summer, so I don't get anything, and you don't get anything.
Yeah, and I permanently
So-
don't get much.
From what we can get, I think 5.
Thank you.
Thank you, Torbjørn Østbø, for posting on X-Wing Norway, and that's why we heard. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, so if you have listened to any of our unpublished podcasts, you'll know that I'm a teacher in Norwegian high school, and I teach, amongst other things, chemistry. And if you have watched us now, you'll see that I'm wearing glasses, and you listen to Nils telling you that I don't have any sense of smell. And also I have slightly impaired hearing, so one of my students... yeah, I can feel you touching me.
It's got touch.
Yeah, I can also sense the... I'm when I come to think of it, I'm the only one in my... I share office with 5 ladies. I'm the only one who's fine with the temperature all year round. So they say, oh, it's very cold today. No! Or they say it's very hot today and say, no, it isn't. And to be fair, I like dress for the weather. So I wear woolen socks in the winter and I wear like t-shirts in summer. But I'm actually beginning... one of my students summarized me as... I have no sense of anything, so why would I teach chemistry? I wouldn't know if I were on fire. I wouldn't smell it if we were poisoned. I wouldn't hear it if something exploded, and I
You
wouldn't
feel
see
the
it.
explosion.
I would feel it when it touched my skin, but I wouldn't see it if they did something wrong.
Yeah.
Which is the best description ever of me. Tack Håkon.
Oh, anyway.
If he ever finds this, we have a new fan.
Good. Don't forget to subscribe. It helps the channel. Also, they say.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the trope.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Isn't that the thing most of the time?
Like and subscribe. Click on the bell.
Yeah.
It helps the channel.
Yeah.
That's
And then
the-
they say click on the bell, and there's an animation of what
The
YouTube.
bell go. "Click, click."
Yeah, but it's an animation of what YouTube used to look like. I love it when you do that with like 10-year-old movies. Like, I watch some movies, like clips on YouTube, which is more than 10 years old, and they, for some weird reason, included like parts where they've included what YouTube used to look like with like
Yeah.
their own embedment in that,
Oh yeah.
and it's really strange.
I mean, and there's all the videos that and then there's an indication here that should say something, and then YouTube remove all the annotations. So like, there's no annotations anymore in any of the videos.
I get why they did it when they made it, because YouTube was new and you needed. I mean, it's like click the bell and press subscribe and all that.
Yeah.
Except they like had an arrow. Like, it's very helpful. It's just, this is what YouTube
Like,
used to
rate
look like.
5 stars, and then YouTube decided to
Yes.
just go on thumbs up, thumbs down. So like 5 stars doesn't work anymore. Yeah, it's a moving target.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
that's good. Let's smell, taste.
I mean, I liked it. It's
You say it as if you were shocked.
no. That's
No,
I mean,
no.
like, my first impression
Are
was
you the
like
Swedish chef from Muppets? Sorry.
my first impression was like, what's happening there? It took some time to decipher.
Yeah.
And then when I'm able to like actually grab, I'm making a lot of gesture with my hand, but I need to change the camera, because otherwise the gesture with my hand don't make sense.
One day we will make Nils's wife to be like being the operator of this, so he has one less duty.
job. I'll get something to change camera. But
I mean, I write the introductions. That's what I do, and I haven't done it for a couple of years now.
we're just reusing old ones. Yes. So
Sorry.
Once I was able to like separate the fact that it's a Belgian blonde like at the core, and then it's hoppiness on top. Then suddenly I started to understand what it was and appreciate it for what it was. It took me like, I don't know, like maybe a minute to like be like, okay, that's what I'm drinking, because like the combination of taste was just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I just argue in favor of the beer that's kind of us not being familiar with this style of beers.
Could be.
It's part of it, but I just think that if, in case of doubt, we shouldn't held it against it that it's kind of new to us.
I mean, you know, if
In
something is new and delicious, we like it.
Quote,
I got a lot
unquote.
of orange back, but that's from dinner, not from the beer.
Yeah. I was just saying, it's the perfect timing. It's like you studied for this. You worked your entire life up to this
Did
point.
not.
No, obviously not.
No.
What I just wanted to say that if we're kind of in doubt, we shouldn't hold it against it that we.
No, we don't know the style.
I mean,
well.
I have drunk. What's the past tense of to
You
drink?
drank?
I have drunk.
You have drunk, yeah.
I have previously consumed this kind of beer, but I haven't really paid attention to the style because I'm one of those horrible people. If I get this at a, like if I'm at a party and someone brings a bottle of this and they pour it and I drink it, it's kind of,
You're happy to drink it.
I'm happy to drink it. I'm a social drinker. I don't. I think unless it's with you or a couple of like very few select other people, I don't spend too much time talking about the beer. Even if the other person wants to talk about it, it kind of gets, it's nice, I like it, it's fine. And then that's if they're like very intrusive, and by intrusive I mean like talking very much about it. It's a famous example of its style, and like, I have a friend over there. Bye. Sorry, but
Now, the thing with
that's with people I don't click with. I don't do that to everyone.
I'm slowly building in my head what I think a Saison is. And the thing, Saison seems to be like a modifier on a beer. And if you get like the Fringent Saison, Like the Finland is
tried
like the
that.
Norwegian basic beer, and the Saison, like it's
disgusting.
well, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's not the beer of the century, and I don't have a case of it in the
It's
basement.
definitely not. And we're never going to test it.
Okay. Remind us if we do.
I mean, we do weird stuff like that.
Yeah, it's unlikely that
We've tried what was it? A Czech, Slovakian, Slovenian, very weird beer.
Oh yeah,
That was wonderful.
that I brought from my holidays.
Yeah, it was like pitch black.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Was it just the Kotzel?
What?
Was it the Kotzel? The one with there's some kind of horn animal on the.
Yeah. I think it was.
I think it was one
dark
with the
brown,
Kotzel.
black, something like that with
Yeah,
horns.
I think it was a Kotzel. Yeah, anyways, but I think Saison seems to be, and so the Finland Saison, it's like this kind of boring basic Norwegian beer, like Pils, with a modifier, like with a bit of hop, with something added on it. And this one, it's a nice, simple Belgian beer. Or not Belgian, but like Belgian. Oh,
It
this
is
one.
Belgian.
The
You're thinking
previous
about
one-
dinner.
I'm thinking about dinner.
We don't live
always.
together.
No. Yet, maybe we'll do once we're very old. We would buy rooms close together in a retirement house.
And then we would get kicked out.
These guys, they make some smoked cast at 3 a.m.
Just being noisy and annoying.
Yeah, sounds good.
That sounds like us.
Anyway, so yeah, so the it seems that and the Finland Saison, it's like it's something on the Pils, and this is something on a Belgian beer, and so it seems like it's a modifier, and it's basically a bit more hoppy to have it conserve longer. Like historically speaking, nowadays we have fridges, so everything conserves, but I think that's kind of the idea. And so that's what a Saison is. A Saison itself doesn't mean anything, but it's a Saison, like a Saison version of something.
I have a question. And I know that I have a tendency to put way too much into, especially French, because you speak French. So
Last time I've tried.
last time you tried. Yeah, but I know that I have a tendency to ask about things that doesn't really necessarily mean anything because they're idiomatic or just like broken apart from like any other part of the language. But does the word saison mean anything? Like, does it have a direct
I
translation?
mean, it's season.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that
I
was
think the
really
idea that
It's
it would,
consistent with
this
your
beer wouldn't
take on it.
last the whole season. Like, you know, how to drink next
Ah.
month, it lasts the whole season.
That makes more sense.
I mean, that's how I'm like building that concept in my head right now. And it actually matches very well with my experience of beers that are called Saison.
If you know different, please write to us on the previously mentioned address.
Yes.
And yes, we will check the mailbox eventually.
I mean,
Who knows what will happen in the infinity of time?
I don't.
You exclusively don't.
Maybe you do, dear listener. Anyways, so
Yeah,
taste. So like I had to like pull it apart to understand it, but in the end I was quite happy with it.
Yeah.
But it might be on the 6 good and enjoyable
Yeah, that's
kind of
what
grade.
I would say because we have. I think this is actually my contribution.
Yeah.
I've written a description of the different points for the different categories, and we are now discussing taste. If you forgot during the last 20 minutes of rambling.
Yeah.
But the description of 6 points is good and enjoyable, and the description of 7 points is tastes good and would buy again. And to be honest, I wouldn't buy it again.
No.
I would be very happy if someone else bought it and we would like to try this. Yes,
Yeah,
I
sounds
would.
good. But like, would I go out of my way to find it? No.
I'm trying to find out what is actually what's my kind. Actually, my kind of beer is the thing you just drink plenty of, because I'm a social drinker.
Yeah.
I like to. I mean, and by that I mean I like to be with people and drink. Actually, that's not the correct word. I like to drink when I'm with people and don't necessarily like to talk about the beer. I mean, or wine. It could be very interesting, but I don't know very much about it. Like we privately, off anything, discussed wine previously, and I have nothing to contribute. Like I can play the oof I usually play, and like it's red, but I have nothing to contribute. So because of that, it's kind of
like grapes.
it tastes like fermented grape juice. I mean, we've been to one vineyard together. where I didn't drink because I was driving.
Oh shit! Were you the driver?
Yeah, I was the driver.
Oh, sorry.
You were going home that. No.
Oh yeah, but then you were
I
gonna go to a
volunteered.
visit later.
So I went to 3 different other holidays. No, wine vineyards. One of them was homeopathic, organic, and what's the third bullshitty one? Ecological. And
That's the least bullshitty one of the 3.
no, but the combination of those is that actually the combination is actually very perfect because they were ecological. They didn't use conventional pesticides. They used copper sulfate, which is very poisonous. But because they're homeopathic, they use so little of it, nobody cares. So it's kind of, what's the expression?
Wishy-washy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that works. There's something like one evil breaks the other. Can't remember what it is. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, we've been to vineyard together and we've drunk wine together, and I know that you have a lot of stuff to say about it. And it's not like I feel like I'm completely useless because I can enjoy the moment. It's like I have nothing to offer. So in social situations, I like to drink and be with people.
Yeah,
that's very Norwegian. You are with people when you're drunk.
Otherwise, you're alone in a cave.
I mean,
It's called a hytte. People would make you believe that hytte means like a nice cabin in the mountain. No, it's a cave where you're alone.
I mean, last Friday, last Saturday or something like a week ago, I was with some friends from uni, and like this was someone I used to try to teach the saxophone to.
Okay.
Who's
and I'm not marrying her.
No.
I also tried to teach saxophone too.
Did I try to teach it? You tried to teach Helen. Did I try?
I was conducting.
True. Those were the days. I tried to teach the saxophone to a Russian girl who's now doing her PhD, and she invited like a lot of people. And when I got there, because I could only stay like a couple of hours, when I got there, like there were 4 persons present, and they were all Russians. So we're talking a bit about some stuff you told me, like how it is to come to Norway as an immigrant, like as a foreigner, and how we're different. And they all agreed with, the expression that we're basically emotionless all the time, and then you go to a cabin trip, and then we're really weird, and you get slightly shocked. And one of them had a story where she went to a cabin trip with some kind of sporting team she was with, and then never went back again. It didn't sound like anything like the police shouldn't be involved, but she made it very clear that she did not want to meet those people again. And I mean, I can understand that.
Seen the dark side.
I mean, we've been cabin tripping together. True. I can see that it scares some people when you met people who are essentially
totally different suddenly.
Yeah, and it sort of starts when we say we go to a cabin trip, and then some of them turn up like to the assigned meeting point with like what you call a suitcase with wheels. Wheel case? Yeah. Some of them turn up with a wheel case, and the rest of us have like really weird shoes and a backpack, and then we decided, no, we are not going to take like the road which is actually supposed to be walked, we're going to go through the forests, even though that's longer. And then you never see them again.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those cabin trips actually. That's not my best moment. Sorry, I was diverting again.
It just reminds me of there was a Brazilian guy in our band at some point. Was
Did he play the drums? Some kind of drum?
No.
Oh yeah,
the clarinets.
I remember him. Yeah. That one. Yeah.
And we had a cabin trip, and it was a winter cabin trip. We had to ski there, and he found a friend that he could borrow skis from. Turns out he borrowed downhill skis.
I didn't know that.
And so he downhill skied uphill to the cabin.
That's sport of him. He was very sporty.
Yeah, I mean,
to be fair, the foreigners who joined our band was either they turned up like once or twice, or went to a cabin trip and we never saw them again, or they were like really involved. Yeah, really involved.
I mean, he's one of the 2 people that helped me carry furniture from my flat to my other flat when I moved that year.
I didn't help you with that.
No, you were busy somewhere else. But Helen came to help because she wanted to marry me eventually. And that guy had nothing else to do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's that early on. Okay, yeah.
2015.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
On the New Year's Eve 2015. And then I had a party before I was actually one of the people renting the flat.
True.
I become one of the renters on the 1st of January.
It's still a nice
flat.
I still want you to start inviting back to that flat, even though you don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
Who's going to say no?
I mean, not like nice, always.
No,
happy.
yeah. I'm not sure if this is really a stream or just a video diary.
A vlog? Oh, fuck. Anyways.
I have a grandmother who's 101 now, and this is more than 10
She doesn't know it's a vlog. She doesn't know she had COVID twice.
She's going to live forever. My brother has had, that's very important, my brother had a very old Toyota he considered naming after my grandmother, but then the Toyota had to be like squashed because it could rust,
died before the
and then it
grandmother.
was unworthy of it. Yeah, and it was only like 17 years old. My grandmother can't remember the last 17 years. Anyway, my mother once, like 12 years ago, had to explain to my grandmother what is a blog. And my mother explained, I think this is a fair enough explanation. It's kind of a diary online, and she didn't know what online meant, so other people can read it. And her reaction was, why would anyone do that?
Fair.
I love my grandmother. Oh,
She sounds like a nice woman. Alright, so taste. We made it to
actually,
one.
this
No,
is a milestone.
we won't make it to the second.
Yeah, but this is going to be shown. You provided one of the detours. I'm not alone anymore. Yes, sorry. Yeah,
All right.
taste.
Anyway,
we decided 6 points. Good and enjoyable.
That was 6 points was the smell.
Oh,
No, that wasn't.
no, it was 6 points. Good and
Oh, yeah,
enjoyable because we wouldn't buy it
We
again.
would not buy it again. Yeah,
Yes.
so 6 points. Good, very good. Okay, taste. 6.
We're about as efficient as the Norwegian government.
That's not a high bar, but
Actually, we're about as efficient as any Norwegian or French government, because we have a common friend who works in like some level of French government. We've been on vacation with him.
Oh yeah.
I'm correct in saying it's some level of French government.
Yeah.
He tried to explain to me like it's millefeuille, it's 1,000 levels of government.
And he's somewhere in there.
It was, I mean, I haven't seen him for some time now. I miss him, but I still remember the look on his face when he tried to explain to me that in Besançon, in France, there's a gate which is called
The Black Gate.
La Porte Noire, and it's very white.
Very much.
And
so.
his expression of delight and joy is like, oh, I miss you, Damia. I'm going to visit you soon.
Ah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Burp.
Burp. There was burps.
There was Burp.
There's records of it.
There's record of it. Do we remember? I mean, it's going to score high in Burp.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'd say 8, 7.
It
was nice long. What did I think when I wrote? Okay, this is the description of 9 point. Nice, long, resonating burp with good taste and texture.
Yeah, you always get a bit kind of.
If your burp has texture, then you're vomiting.
Then it's not a 9.
I'd say 7.
It's a 9.
I would say it's a 7 or 8.
Yeah, it's probably in there.
I mean, I was afraid I'd vomit at some point, but then never mind.
I mean, it did came easy. Like,
Yeah,
both of us brought quite a few resonating.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
My mother will be ashamed, and that's a good thing when it comes to burping.
in this very specific scenario. All right, we have beer score 8 for burp. What is the next category? The next category is
design.
Oh, that's going to be some debate here.
I mean, and that's always the category I love that. Our attempt at podcast streaming everything reminds me of Okay, so in the 1970s,
20 years before our birth.
yeah, the Norwegian National Broadcasting, which in Norwegian is called
Norsk Rikskringkasting.
Thank you. I mean, that should guarantee
Not too bad.
you that's perfect. That should guarantee you on its own your double citizenship.
We'll see what the police thinks about it next Friday.
Good. Okay, so in the 1970s, the Norwegian National Broadcasting had a TV show or series called Modern Mathematics,
Okay.
which I think was because they made some wide changes in the curriculum in both high school and junior high school, where they brought in a lot more of set theory and logic.
Yeah. Oh, they did that in Norway as well.
Yeah, and then they took it out.
Yeah, it's the same story in France.
Okay, yeah, it's Modern Mathematics. Yeah. And I've seen a couple of episodes of the series, and it's like, because we studied science. You're a scientist, I studied science. But it's the first episode begins with a sentence. As we saw in our first program, And did that.
There isn't any.
The first show started with this. Actually, I think it, as we saw in the previous show.
Like they just designed a show that they would all start with that, and they forgot to not say it in the first one.
The show, that episode is about the truth value tables.
Okay.
And they included like a 3-minute display of people going on skate racing for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I love TV in the 70s. It was a
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful time. It was naive. Lovely.
All right, but
Design. Yeah, I tend to leave that to you because I'm Norwegian, so I don't understand design.
okay. All right. So, I mean, the first thing I want to say
to my own country.
sometimes. The first thing I want to say is the paper wrapping a completely brown bottle. For me, it's a positive thing.
I really liked it because it was it's like a mystery package. I have no idea what I'm going to get.
There's a mystery package, and there's like the eco-friendly idea that you can just reuse that bottle without like crushing it and remelting the glass or anything. And
I mean, the thing that I was a bit disappointed was simply that I expected like the bottle itself to have some kind of
but no, and that's the whole point that it doesn't.
I know that now.
Yeah, of course. But
I bought this at Vinmonopolet. They didn't provide me. This is the history of this kind of bottle design.
No, but
Actually, if I asked, they probably could. It's that kind of store.
Not down the street.
I don't
Last time I asked for a good white wine, she gave me an Austrian bottle, and it was not a good white wine.
There.
I'll be okay.
We'll take you to Hague or Strasbourg, whenever they are.
to the National Court of Justice.
I was thinking more like
That's what in The Hague.
I was thinking more like the European Court of Justice.
Yeah, I think it's the same building.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways.
Yeah, some months in the year it's in Strasbourg. How do you say that?
Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Strasbourg.
Strasbourg is a touch German.
That's only between 1870 and 1914. 18. Anyways. So I think the design, like it gets like already some points for the wrap on a brown bottle because I think
eco-friendly.
Yeah, the eco-friendly, and I appreciate that. It's a bottle. It has a label. No, that's more than this. This is an interesting bottle. It is labeled.
We are now reading the point description.
Nice bottle, somewhat interesting label. I mean, I like the stars everywhere. It's quite interesting. The symbol of the brewery is nice without.
It's an onion.
No, I think it's some kind of like
ukulele.
No, it's what they call it's it's a distilling tool. It's
alembic.
No,
it's
the ones that are like the copper ones.
Oh, that's the
copper seal.
The copper still. Yeah,
the copper seal. I think it's a copper. I think that's what it looks like to me at least.
I think it's a ukulele onion.
Fair.
I sometimes get the impression that you are trying to do this very seriously, and I'm just here.
I mean,
that's detours.
Yeah. And yeah, so I quite like the label. Like it is distinctive.
Some information I appreciated. It says how to store it and how to serve it.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite. It's not like I found it when I was looking for it. It's not like hidden inside. Oh, this is made by the very rare species of pygmies, or it's kind of this is what you want. Yeah. This is how to serve it. This is how to store it. And we have
failed once with that.
We have previously FUCK'd up that.
Yes.
I'm spelling it so my mother wouldn't know that I was swearing for the 15th time.
14th time. Okay, 15th time. 999. Anyways,
I'd say it's
a potential bottle, clear, interesting labeling and information. The bottle label information convinced me to try this one.
Actually, I'd say that's true.
That's
8 points. Yeah, it is.
I don't think it would go to 9 or 10, which is like wow. Or
but this is one of the things I really value. It's efficient. It's not pretentious.
It's nice. It's pleasing. Like,
it works.
It looks a bit different.
I mean, I'd like to read the description of 0 points. You're drinking out of a Viking ship or similarly idiotic design bottle. I bought this to make someone laugh. Yes. I mean, I wrote this. It's kind of how I deal with stuff, and I like things that works and are kind of. I think the international description is clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's not full of. It's not a noisy thing.
No, it's.
I mean, to be serious for a moment, it's like you unwrap the bottle, the top of it, you uncap it,
cork, yeah.
you open it, and then you drink it. And to be honest, it's actually quite practical that you there's some paper, so even though it's cold, you don't get clammy hands. I mean, it's minor, it's not a big thing, but
it's a thing.
I mean, actually, that's something that works.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with that.
Now we get to the difficult one because we didn't know what this was.
The fulfillment of. I mean, like the thing is now next time I drink a Saison, I would have a much better idea of what I'm gonna look for.
That's actually a fair point. Now we have. I guess this is.
I've learned something.
I guess this is a very good benchmark. We
Yeah.
can actually compare stuff to this.
Because I mean, the thing with all this, I mean, when you drink like a Saison that's like a modification on the pills, like it feels like it should be something. But there, it's so obvious that it's a modification on something that has a strong characteristic, like a Belgian blonde beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's suddenly like the concept gets crystal clear, and I think I'm gonna appreciate Saisons in the future much more because I'm gonna like consciously make that effort to try to break it up into like what's the base, what's the modifier here.
If you're unsure, he's the French one. I mean,
Yeah.
racist joke of the day.
I mean, it sounded good.
How do you silence a Frenchman? You tie his hands together.
No,
That's not going to be like a segment. Racist joke of the day.
racist joke of the day. Yeah, but okay. So first, I mean, I was expecting something that would be a Belgian beer, and I was expecting it to be a bit different because that Saison. My head was Saison is a bit different.
Yeah, and you knew that. Yeah, we both knew that it's a style of beer. I didn't know what that entailed.
Yeah,
And neither did you, as far as I know.
no.
I think it's fair to say that, okay, we didn't really have any expectations because it's a kind of beer we don't know anything about. But on the other hand, this feels like a beer we can use for future reference.
Yeah, yeah.
In the future, this is going to be something...
If I had to explain to someone what a Saison is,
it's a benchmark.
like, I would say, "Oh, I tried that one, and it made me understand."
You'll take out your wallet and then, have you seen this paper?
Wear it around my neck.
I mean, actually, if I'm not going to buy this again, but if I ever do, I'm going to cut out like the logo.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's possible now.
Yeah, it is.
It's better than collecting bottle caps.
Yeah, don't tell me about that.
My brother used to do that, but not in
Yeah,
the
me
sense that he wanted to
me
have
too.
different ones. He just collected a shitload of them.
Oh no, I had different ones, and I would glue them on the cork board. And so I had a cork board like big with a bunch of different corks, and I was very sad because like I didn't start earlier, so there was a bunch of beers that I didn't have the cork for.
Oh, my brother was less or around 10 years, so it was not beer bottles.
Oh,
It was soda.
oh okay. No. I was like different bottle caps.
Yep.
And
also he
I would
collected,
like,
like, the amount.
go to the bar and ask for a beer, and no way they open it for you, and they don't give you the cork, the cap.
Yeah.
And I would like ask, "Oh, can I get the cap?" It's not to reclose it; it's because I collect them, and the bartenders would look at me like I was a fucking idiot and give it to me because they don't fucking care. But
Yeah, we don't really understand the concept of service or niceness. Again, I'm being cruel to my own kind.
no, but customer service in Norway is usually lacking.
I want to claim that he was a Swede. I wasn't there.
Anyway, so fulfillment of expectation.
Enough.
I think it was probably. I mean, like it brought to me and my life experience more than I expected. Is that what we mean by fulfillment of expectation? I don't know.
I mean, by the description, it sounds wonderful.
yeah, I mean, like
I'd say 7 points because I think the description of that is, and I'll read to you, does what it should and quite well as such.
I mean, 8 is not what it should and worth remarking upon,
True.
and
And we
that very much remarks.
And we have remarked upon it.
Yeah, and is it a very fine example of its style? I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, we said that we wouldn't buy it again, so we can't also claim it's to be recommended.
No, so I think it's an 8 because like
That's also a quite weakness with the format is that I've actually assumed that we know stuff. It says 10 points. It says an example to be recommended within its style. How am I supposed to know that?
we need to know what its style is. So that's an 8.
So then we do some math.
Then we do some math. 5 plus 6, 11
That's
plus.
35.
I wanted to do it little by little.
Okay.
But so 5 plus 6, 11
Hey, ignore
plus
me.
8, 19 plus 8, 27 plus 8, in fact, 35.
Yeah. I should be a math teacher. I am.
And then we go 35 out of 50. Maybe I should write out of 50 so people understand that these are all out of 10.
Should it say 750?
No, it's just because I have my numbers and symbols.
Yeah.
There
Excellent.
we go, 35 out of 50.
70%?
20%. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll happily drink it again. I will not order it at Vinmonopolis so they would deliver it to my door.
No, neither would I. But it has actually made me interested in Saison beers.
Yeah.
So no, I would
It's an
consider
achievement
trying
as well.
more of them.
And try more to understand.
Yeah,
what
to
you're
see if this was very good or representable. I think it is representable. Representative? Yeah. Languages are confusing.
Languages are confusing.
Yeah, that should be our theme tune.
Languages are confusing.
I mean, we have discussed previously that we should have like one sub-channel is just what happens in the background when we aren't filming, which is your wife to be cooking.
Yes. Not right now because we had food already. But anyways, I think we finally managed to get a grade to the beer. It only took us 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Where can you see that? Where does
There.
okay. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, later on we'll do things differently.
Will we? I mean, probably, but
We
how?
will repeatedly claim to try.
To try to do better. But thank you very much for watching this, and soon you'll actually be able to join this when we'll do those live. But now I have a 24-hour embargo in this newly created YouTube channel to make live content. So next time, which is going to be next time.
Yeah, next time will happen when you least expect it. I've been Ted.
And I intend to be Niels a bit longer. See you around.
See ya.